Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south, more specifically Hot Springs, Arkansas, and even more specifically than that, I'm in front of Josephine Tussauds Wax Museum. And just to clear up any confusion, Josephine Tussauds is not the same as the Madame Tussauds chain that you see around the country. Also not the same as the Louis Tussauds chain that is owned by Ripley's. They're all related, but the corporations are all completely separate. In fact, I think this is the only Josephine Tussauds in the world. I think there may have been more at one point, but this is the remaining Josephine Tussauds in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And another thing, I know a lot of you think that I'm saying it wrong, Tussauds, and they think I should be saying Tussauds. I'm going to fight this because I still think the way I say it is closer to the original French. I'm sorry. I think I'm right, and I can't bear to say Tussauds. But this is a classic wax museum. We're gonna go inside and have a good time. Follow me. The hair is human hair, inserted one strand at a time. And this guy only has half a face. The eyes are optical glass, made in Germany. And here's Josephine Tussauds herself. She lived until 1985, so a younger member of the Tussauds family. I'm saying it both ways, aren't I? And here, out on the street to draw people in, we have Bush and Son. And we start off here with Steve McQueen. It's an old elevator here. It's no longer functioning, but they use it as a display case for these wax figures. We got Obama and Carter heading up the crew. And they do have helpful name tags for those people that may not be as recognizable as they once were, like Clark Gable here. We got Mae West. Here is a young Elizabeth Taylor. I'm not sure who this gentleman is. We have Sophia Loren. And this is Louis Armstrong wailing away on the trumpet there. And at the top of the wax escalator, we have Pope John Paul II. We start off our tour properly with the man himself, Jesus Christ. Here's their last supper. They even have little handy name tags. See Jesus there in the front. Jesus doesn't need a name tag because he's Jesus. And there's that no good frickin' Judas.
Thursday it was necessary to go into hiding. About noon he told his disciples a place must be found unknown to the soldiery where they could have the pass.
And here's the Pieta, the famous statue of Mother Mary holding the deceased body of Jesus. Little bar scene here. Bar looks a little rough, a little torn up because Carrie Nation has come to town. Carrie Nation, of course, the prohibition activist who would go into bars and chop them up with an axe. She was a wild woman who hated alcohol more than anything. And this poor woman here, very alarmed by what's breaking out. Notorious outlaws. They're Jesse James and Frank James. You know, Frank James kind of the Garfunkel of the group, if you will. Oh, we're going right for the Chamber of Horror. Who better to introduce us to the Chamber of Horror than Hitchcock himself? We have baby boy Frankenstein. It's kind of a scary werewolf here. And this grave robber. That is a ghoulish face. I guess this is probably, he's probably stealing this brain. That's probably Dr. Frankenstein's assistant, probably stealing this brain to put in a monster or something. Oh no. Peering out from this corner is that no good dirty Dracula. Well, this is a very classic Chamber of Horrors. Not only does it include monsters, but it includes implements of torture and horrified, disfigured people. That's awful. That is gruesome. There's a man being eaten by ants. That's just wonderful. This is the Algerian hook, which I guess is really just a big hook they stick in your body and kill you and make you go cross-eyed. There's the pendulum right there. That woman, she needs to move. We have Lincoln at Ford's Theater. some bit ghoulish of a scene because there's John Wilkes Booth just getting ready just to blow him away. Oh, turn away, Mary Todd. It's the Hall of Battles. There's Napoleon up there and George Washington. Teddy Roosevelt here riding his mighty steed. I do love the pith helmet. It's a good look. It's a very interesting interpretive scene on the Civil War. We have Robert E. Lee on this side, and he is slowly rotating. Very, very slowly rotating, and very slowly is he rotating, and inside we have another general, Ulysses S. Grant, the flip side of the coin. Some World War II wreckage. You can see a blown up house. And we have the victors in the house. There's FDR smoking a cigarette. Winston Churchill smoking a cigar. And then there's Joseph Stalin, and he's not smoking nothing. Not really clear on this, but there is a bathtub up in the rafters. That's kind of random. Here is the discovery of the hot springs here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It is not Ponce de Leon. That is Hernando de Soto. This is not the Fountain of Youth. It is Hot Springs. And here is a Native American overlooking the situation. There's a little display with all the Kennedys. We got Robert Kennedy there to the side, JFK in the middle with Jackie O, and we even have a young Ted Kennedy. And of course, this is the hometown of Bill Clinton, so we have to have Bill and Hillary right there. We gotta keep things up to date. So there's our current president, Mr. Trump. Enter the Royal Grand Hall. Oh, what do we got here? The crown jewels. Here's Richard and Pat Nixon. They're shaking hands with British people. This is Prince Charles. Okay, that you can't hold that against me. How am I supposed to know that was Prince Charles? And we got Princess Diana there in the middle. That's Elizabeth II, and some guy named Prince Philip. Here's Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII. Is Anne Boleyn the one that got her head chopped off? I don't know. There's Queen Elizabeth I, and then Marie Antoinette. No. That's right, Marie Antoinette. She's the one who got her head cut off.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight.
We have the history of flight all laid out right here. We have Orville and Wilbur Wright. They're thinking about how to fly. Oh man, Orville just looks done with it actually. And who do we got here? Lindbergh, Charles Lindbergh, and
on this July 20th,
an astronaut of some sort. Oh, Neil Armstrong. Okay, it's Neil Armstrong, master of the atomic age. That is a pretty cool nickname for old Albert Einstein here. It's a random gambling room in here. There in this shiny box we have the great and powerful Elvis Presley. Things are about to get real. We're going to enter the world of make-believe. Down there we have Rumpelstiltskin next to a sleeping woman. He's spinning straw into gold. I believe that's his thing, right? Here we have Mark Twain. Looks like he's sternly reprimanding his own fictional creations. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. Getting into all sorts of trouble there, Tom and Huck. Over here we have Cinderella dressed in pink. Getting ready to load up into her sweet pumpkin mobile. Coming up on Geppetto's Toy Shop. It says to press the button and hold. Oh, I see some movement in there. You can see Pinocchio moving his arms ever so slightly. And there's Geppetto looking on lovingly. I think there's a cat hiding in that trash can. Oh my gosh, it's the King and Queen of Hearts. Look at that face. That is the scariest wax face I've ever seen. And I don't even know which one I'm talking about. There we have the Mad Tea Party. Little tiny Alice down there at the end. You got the Mad Hatter. The March Hare. Apparently there's a gambling museum to my left. Oh. You know, a lot of different paraphernalia from the local gambling establishments. Look at all them dice. And who's dealing? Well, Al Capone himself. Well, look how my shadow kind of matches up. Now we have Snow White with her dwarf friend, Happy. And boy is he happy. These other dwarves are on like this rotating platform. Which one? Okay, what we got here? How's that? Bashful. This is very, very magical. I don't know why we have Dopey and Sleepy just like standing over a taxidermy fawn. A penny smasher, but I guess you can get a Hot Springs Josephine Tussauds coin, or you can get a Barack Obama coin. Why not? This is Alexander, the man who knows. So let's see. Put the quarter in. My hand on there. Oh no. What's happening? Alexander, what's going on? I am a philosopher? I should be a philosopher. Okay. Thanks. Guess I'll try my luck at this love tester as well. Let's see how much love I have. Or am I? Whoa. It's going too fast. Harmless? Oh. Okay, I'm just harmless. Guess since we're in Hot Springs, we'll do a little bit of gambling. Oh, got one on the bottom? What? I got nothing. Oh, there we go. Big money, big money. Yes, I won 50 cents. Oh, we gotta start it. Alright, so I punch here. If he dies, he dies. So that was Josephine Tussauds Wax Museum here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Very old school wax museum. You know, there's less and less wax museums in the country. I'm trying to see every single one. So if you know of one I have not been to, let me know in the comments section. And remember, support your local wax museum. Until then, check the interactive map in my description. I'll show you other wax museums I've been to, as well as roadside attractions, amusement parks, and other fun things. If you'd like to support the channel, consider buying a t-shirt. Consider donating to Patreon. A donation of $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month. But for now, this one's in the bag.